I want to say happy Tuesday, everybody. Christian Ballard with Ballard Sports Media. Hope everyone's doing great. Do us a favor. We got a couple people watching. Love and appreciate it. Thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. What's up, Nate? I got you, buddy. And we're just going to kind of hang out, talk up some college football today. I figured make this making up for the missing the show yesterday, which I apologize for. I had set it for an early time, and I don't think that's going to fly. I don't want to do it too late in the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't want to do it too early either. So I've decided to try to go live around 10 a.m. Eastern. I think I'll definitely be up by then. Um, but that gives me some time if I do wake up early to kind of make sure, go over some notes, make sure everything's in order for the show. Episode 3 of the Christian Ballard Show tomorrow, new time, 10 a.m. Eastern, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. What are we talking about tomorrow? I I ran out of stuff for like you only get so many characters you can put in your title. And I just the last word is Braves. So we're just kind of going to talk about the Braves, whatever. Nothing really in particular, other than I kind of wanted to rant a little bit on the show. So we'll do that. Um, but we also want to talk about on the show tomorrow, again, 10 a.m. Eastern. The Knicks are the team to beat with a question mark, and Georgia lands a 5-star. Not necessarily breaking news, but I think if you haven't heard, Jared Curtis, quarterback, yes, a 5-star quarterback, um, is set to go to Georgia. So I think we're going to change the time. This will also help with like getting guests on too. But if we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, that sets up pretty well. I think we're gonna try that. We'll stick with that time because I think doing a show in the mornings is what's right. But also, I don't think it should be. It doesn't have to be at like the butt crack of dawn. You know what I'm saying? So, Nate, did I watch the video you sent me? When'd you send it? Because I get a lot of messages. I'm busy and important. And let me see. Not on Facebook. Did you text it? Did you email or something? What'd you do? Where'd you send it, Nate? Just let me know and I'll check it out. Let's just send it on like Instagram or something. But I just checked text and Facebook and nothing from you. So, but anyway, I hate that. Drop that StreamYard link. We got a couple people watching. Thank you. It says 4 watching, so I appreciate that. If anyone wants to join at any point, click that link. We're just kind of hanging out talking college football. Um, what do we want to do today? What do we want to do? I need to get on top of these college football previews. If I want to get every team, which I do, um, we need to get on it. I'm glad Nate's here because I think the next team I want to look at is Michigan. If you want to come on, buddy, and we'll talk up Michigan's schedule, I'll clip it and we'll count it as a preview. So let me see. Nate, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. Um,
How you doing? What was that video you sent me? When'd you send it? Because I didn't see anything from you.
uh, I think I said it in one of your live streams,
Oh,
but it's probably but it was about the Omaha football team or a college football team that.
oh, it was that YouTube thing. I saved it to watch later. I still haven't gotten
Oh
around
yeah,
to it, but
yeah.
yeah.
Not
But
about.
what do you
Not about.
say?
No.
Oh, go ahead real quick. What'd you have?
I was just that was the video I was talking about. That's all.
Okay. You wanna preview Michigan's schedule with me, and so I can say I previewed Michigan.
Sure.
Cool. All right, hold on 1 second. I need to do some things real quick. I'm glad you're here, Nate. We're glad you're here. Yes, 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 yes. Blue 2025 schedule. All right, take one. So Michigan won a title a couple years ago. They're coming off a bowl win over Alabama. We got Nate on, and we're going to look at 2025. First thing I want to ask him though, how do you feel about last year? It was a kind of a down year. They did win the bowl game over Alabama, but a 7-5 regular season, but wins over Ohio State for yet what, the fourth year in a row? That's pretty
Yeah.
good. But overall,
Mhm.
what'd you see?
I mean, I would say it was expected. It was expected for a down year for Michigan, like people were saying. Um, and then late in the season, people were saying Michigan's horrible, but yet they predicted Michigan to be horrible. So, um, yeah, it's an okay season, but it was a rebuilding season to be honest. But nothing less. Um, yeah, even though we won it over Bama and Ohio State 2 years, or no, two games in 1 year. um, uh, so that was good,
Did that twice.
but
Yeah. Um, yeah, I thought it was an interesting season. First year coach is Sharon Moore. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on over there with like suspension and stuff. Do you have any thoughts
yeah,
on that, or is that like something you want to kind of put on the back burner?
I mean it's to be honest, it's getting kind of old. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. It's like
I mean, it's aren't they? It has to do with that sign stealing stuff, right?
it
If I'm
is,
not
it is,
mistaken.
yeah,
Yeah. Why are we still talking about it? Like Connor Stallions is fired. He talked to Netflix. We know his side of the story. Jim Harbaugh got out of there like
yeah,
a freight train. He's now
mm-hmm.
with the Chargers. Sharon Moore really didn't have much to do with it, at least in my opinion. And they're
Right,
punishing the guy. He's like, I mean, in his defense, he wasn't the head coach at the time. So
no,
I don't know, man. I think it's crazy. But anyway, that being said, you kinda put it behind you. I don't expect Michigan necessarily to make the playoffs, but I think they'll be a really good team competing for a spot in the Big Ten title game. I
mm-hmm.
don't know if they'll make it. But I look at this schedule. Let me zoom in just a little bit. You open up with New
That's
Mexico.
favorable.
I
Yeah,
think we can chalk that up as a win. At Oklahoma is interesting. I thought Oklahoma finished the season great. They lose some key guys in like Jackson Arnold or whatever, but then you have Central Michigan,
oh,
Nebraska, who is your other team. But is it maize and blue over the big red all the time? But you're happy either way?
basically, yeah.
Yeah. Then you get a bye week. Wisconsin is homecoming at USC, going to the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, Michigan
Ooh,
State on the road. Purdue, bye week at Northwestern, at Maryland, and Ohio State, who you've beaten 5 years in a row,
4
something
years
like
in a row.
that, or close to 4 years.
Yep,
Probably could be five if you had played
that'd be
in
hilarious.
2020, but um, the thing about that Ohio State game is like I want to pick them this year, like to get over the hump, Ohio State. But I'm standing by my word that I won't pick them until
They
I
beat,
do
yeah.
it. But it's also like I have to pick them. I think that is probably going to be 1 of your 3 losses. I feel like they bring some stuff back, some key pieces. They just won a championship. They haven't lost a game since that Michigan game last year. Um, I could see you guys coming really close to 10 wins, but it's not something I would put money on. What do you say?
Yeah, in between 10-2 or 9-3. Maybe
Yeah,
probably the ceiling is 10-2.
yeah. I think your floor's got to be like 8-4 or something. I think you got to be better
Yeah,
than last year because
yeah,
last year was 7-5 regular
yeah.
season.
We can't have that anymore. Um,
You gotta go 8-4 or something. I would
yeah,
peg you at 9-3, and I
yeah.
think your key losses are Oklahoma, USC, both on the road, and I do think Ohio State finally gets you. I know it's in the big house, I understand that, but I think Ohio State, even though they lost their quarterback and stuff, they still got a couple key pieces coming back, um, and I just they just went on this national title run. Ryan Day, um, he's only beaten Michigan like one time. I think he's
One
beaten them
time.
once. That's it. Now, I might be eating my words, but I do expect Ohio State to be one of the Big Ten teams to make the playoff next year. And I could also see it for Michigan, but I just think Ohio State's going to get off to a sluggish start. That
Like
they
they
play
always do.
Texas. Well, they play Texas, and I think that's going to be a loss because
Mm.
I'm higher on Texas. But I feel like late in the year they might have some gas power in the tank. Like they'll be on a roll. So,
Yeah, you
but
know, I
again,
think
it would not. I will say it would not surprise me if Michigan found a way to beat them for the fourth or
fifth
fifth year, whatever.
time. You know, here's my losses for Michigan. To be honest,
Yeah,
I uh, I say 10-2, but
ten
I
and
would
two.
not I wouldn't be surprised if they go 9-3 or um I wouldn't be matter for that, but I'll be okay with that. But 10-2 for me for this year. I got the key losses. Um, okay. Call me crazy, but I'm going at Nebraska. Um,
At
uh,
Nebraska, okay.
one of the losses, and the second loss was probably be uh, go down a little bit. Uh,
USC could be tricky, but I'm more
yeah,
confident in Sharon Moore than I am Lincoln Riley right
oof.
now.
I I can't say Miss Sparty yet because they're still rebuilding with whatever you call it. What's his
Yeah,
name? But
Jonathan Smith.
yeah, I can't say Sparty yet. You know, they do keep hiccup Michigan sometimes, but I say either um yeah
There's really not. Here's the thing, Nate.
yeah
There's not much room for error on this
no it's
schedule.
not
They're gonna beat the teams that they're better than.
yes
Maryland, Northwestern, Purdue, who I think only won 2 games last year or something.
yeah
Michigan State is a rivalry game, so I'll give you that, but I still expect them to be better.
yeah
I like the Jonathan Smith hire.
yeah
I
I do
just think
too. I
he's
just
still a year or 2 away, you
mm,
know,
yeah I'll probably pick at USC probably or
as a loss.
yeah now keep in mind I know a two teamer but I don't know if you saw the game highlights for Nebraska and USC and stuff.
Mhm.
They brawled out. I think in the halftime, mid halftime, or whatever we call it. Uh, I think that's a potential Big Ten rivalry, but not saying nationwide. But that's probably. Do they used to
You
be
think it'll
rivals?
build?
I think so. Nebraska and USC. It used to be a little bit relevant back in the '90s, wherever. With
Probably. I mean,
yeah,
they're preeminent, like, college football, like,
yeah,
contenders, like and I say that, like, historically good programs.
yeah.
I guess you could call them both blue bloods. I know USC people tend to look at as a blue blood.
They're kind of,
Nebraska
but not really.
is
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel the same way about Nebraska. Like they're kind of there, but they're not. Because they were really good in like the late '80s, early
No,
'90s,
you
a
can't
little bit in the early
dismantle.
2000s.
Yeah, you can't dismantle a blue blood.
Right.
But like you were saying, um, a- anyways, but yeah, I think a 10-2 losses to Michigan. What? Uh, uh, USC and at Nebraska, which I might be at the game and
Yeah.
Lincoln. So, uh,
What the?
but wouldn't be surprised it's 9-3.
Right. That's not a bad record either. Because if
No,
you go 9-3, let's say you make a bowl and you win, you hit 10 wins. That's fair. I
that
got to give y'all that.
yeah, and you know how I don't know if I don't know if any team with 9-3 record can go in the playoffs. It's like a 2% chance uh, to go into playoff the new playoff format in 9-3. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Like if you know how Lou says that if you're 9-3 or 10-2, you might make the playoffs. But in nine
Anything
three, like
worse, anything worse than 9-3, you should not and probably will not make the playoffs. But remember, when they were talking about the playoffs last year, they were considering Alabama and South Carolina, who both went 9-3. So
mhm,
you got to at least be in the conversation at that record. Other
yeah,
than that, like anything worse is like you're basically just settling for the Citrus Bowl or something.
right. Nah, I'm just wondering
What's
because
up, Dwight? How you doing? What you got going on today, my guy? I got work later on at about 5 o'clock. Other than that, I'm just kind of chilling. Good to see you,
yeah,
Dwight.
but yeah, oh yeah, what's the Nebraska's schedule look like?
I
Like,
have no idea, but I just saw some news that came out just from the AP. I have to
mhm.
break this news for you guys, but Clemson and Notre Dame have agreed to a 12-year scheduling deal
That's
until
pretty good.
2036. And I want
Damn.
to read this. This comes from the AP Associated Press. Not sure exactly who put this out from there, but about
Oh,
36 minutes ago.
2038. Wow.
Yeah, 27 to 2038. So that's about
Dang.
a 10 or 11 years right there. Is what they got going for them. So I apologize. Well, they say a 12-year home and home scheduling. So I don't know. But it says Notre Dame and Clemson already know each other pretty well in football. That relationship will become even more familiar in the future after the two college football powers announced a 12-year home and home scheduling agreement that will pit them against each other annually from 2027 through 2038. They were already scheduled to play in 27 and 28, 31, 34, and 37. Under the revamped schedule, the Tigers will host the games during the odd number years during that time frame, while the Fighting Irish will host the games in even numbered years. Clemson holds a 5-3 advantage in the all-time series, so they've only met 8 times. I don't know why I thought it was more than that, which has been highlighted by some memorable matchups. They have played 6 times since 2015, going back 10 years here, with Clemson winning 4 times, including both postseason matchups. Clemson defeated Notre Dame 30-3 in the college football playoff national semifinal at the Cotton Bowl in 2018 before winning the national title 2 weeks later. In 2020, Notre Dame, playing as a full time member of the ACC because of COVID-19 scheduling concerns, beat the Tigers in a shootout, only to
Hmm.
lose to Clemson in the ACC title. And it goes on. Uh, that's I think this is a game like these are the opponents that should be annual every single year, but that's a long stretch, Nate. What do you think about this? And 12 years. in a row, 27-38, Clemson and Notre Dame scheduling going back and forth, alternating home and home.
I think it's great, to be honest, for the sport. Um, two great teams that have a lot, somewhat history against each other.
Yeah.
Um, maybe a potential rivalry, but I mean, it could be in
I
the
think it's
future.
already a rivalry. I think that they've gone up enough
It
times
is
and
okay,
it's been some. Well, I mean, I'm saying it is. I don't know if it's like in the books as a rivalry, but
right?
it's very interesting to see these teams go head to head all the time, and now you're going to have it annual. I mean, you might as well make it permanent. I mean, Notre Dame rents space in the ACC already, so like, I mean, playing Clemson is kind of the norm for them. Playing teams in the ACC is of the norm. And I know Clemson maybe down the road is going to join the SEC or something. I don't know. I don't know if it is going to happen or when, but Clemson and Notre Dame, they just kind of go together on the field, don't they? It just seems that way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, but at the same time, I mean, don't get me wrong. This is awesome, um, but I would love the Michigan and Notre Dame play again annually.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, underrated rivalry. But
Yes.
anyways, but I just missed the Notre Dame Michigan rivalry. But this is good for the sport right here. Clemson and uh Notre Dame. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna
But
clip that. That's good.
but yeah, like I said before, I think well, I had to wait till 2030, like 2030, I think, when the Michigan and Notre Dame rivalry comes back. um, so yeah, we've been waiting since. Oh boy, um, what was the last time
What's
since we?
that?
No, no. What was the last time that Notre Dame and Michigan played? Because I think it's been a
Mm,
while now.
it can't be that long ago. I feel like I've seen that matchup in my lifetime. Like I really feel
Might
like
be a few years
I
ago,
can
but I don't
check.
know.
Michigan Notre Dame rivalry. When's the last time they played? Don't tell me it's like been 20 years or so.
I don't think it's in 20 years, but I think it's like
2019 and Michigan
wow.
blew them out.
Dang,
Michigan won in Ann Arbor 45-14 over Notre
dang.
Dame. 25-17 and 1, Michigan leads the series all time.
That's like
It's kind of close, but it separates by 8 games for
I
Michigan to take a
know
lead.
how many years is that? Like 8? No.
Well, there's an 8-game difference between 25 and 17, I guess. But Michigan, I noticed like they had well they it looks like they played every year up until
Yeah.
2015. They stopped it there and then they had a
I
home
don't
and
know
home
why
and
that's
I I don't know.
that was like the
They have a home and home series in 2033 and 34.
yeah, that that was
That's
like
it.
yeah. That
See,
was
Notre Dame has all these great rivalries with like Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, and they never play them.
no.
They hardly ever. Like you're lucky if you can get that in the postseason, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
I mean Notre Dame in Miami
Yeah,
and the what do you call it? The Catholics versus convicts.
Catholics and convicts. I need to watch that. That's a 30 for 30 special,
Yeah,
and it's on Netflix.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotta watch that.
um, oh, also, I don't know. This is not really much robbery, but it is kind of robbery. It's called the Holy War. I know there's two Holy Wars in the FBS Division One. There's Boston College and Notre Dame, and Utah and BYU. Those are the two Holy Wars rivalries. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't know when the last time Boston College played Notre Dame. That's actually always a little feisty. Not gonna lie. Um, but I in my head, I had an idea in my head that um for the Big Ten, uh, if I wanted to email the Big Ten, uh, to create a rivalry trophy. I think I always told you this, but uh, between Michigan and Nebraska,
Yeah.
uh, battle for '97 trophy. Um, but you get what you get what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
or is it or no not '97? Is it '97? Yeah, I think it's '97 because they split national titles. Um, but the reason is, I think they need to make a rivalry trophy about that just in conference play. Because one, just get the who's the better '97 champs out of the way. Um, and
Yeah.
uh, also the trophy needs to be like split in half, looking like a BCS crystal ball. Uh,
I missed
with
that trophy. Why? Okay. I understand going to a 14 to 12 team playoff. We should have kept that crystal ball.
That's what I was saying. What the heck?
Dude, like the gold trophy's not bad. I like it. It's just not tradition. It's not
Right.
that crystal ball, man. The players, it was easier to get on top of that thing and kiss it, than
Yes.
holding up that big giant golden like.
Yeah. Man, I missed that crystal ball, bro. It's
Oh
just
my gosh, yeah.
uh,
Florida State was the last one to hold it.
damn
That's crazy.
freaking Winston. Winston. Wait. No, yeah, James Winston. Um,
Jameis Winston, Jimbo, all
I
those
can't
guys.
believe that they won that year. I was like, what?
They should have won that game. You know how close that came down to the wire and
I
everything? And that
forgot to
was
be
Auburn's
honest.
year. That was Auburn's year, man.
Yeah, I mean,
They just came up
wow.
like, wow, man. Yeah.
And that was Jim Fisher's last year at Florida State. I forgot,
No,
but
I think he was there until like 2016, I thought, and then he came
okay.
to Aggie Land and coached for like two
And
or three
he's free
years.
agent.
Yeah.
uh,
He
but
deserves
yeah,
a job somewhere, I think.
yeah, I think he could be. Wait, you know what? I think he should be like either Memphis. Head, I don't know. If they, I don't think does that Memphis have a head coach so far. I think they do.
Uh, it's a
But
good question.
anyways,
Memphis
I think
football.
if Memphis does, I think UAB should have.
They
Uh,
got a pretty good head coach, and
they do.
um,
Oh,
yeah, it seems like it. Ryan Silverfield,
okay.
um, he's been there 4 years total. He's
What
32
happened
and
to the old
19.
one? Because I thought the old one's pretty good too for
Well,
UAB.
Norvell was there before Ryan Silverfield, and then Norvell went to Florida State.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was the UAB's old coach that resigned?
Oh, what's his name? They got Dilfer now.
I don't know. Yeah,
UAB.
I
Was it
actually
Bill
love that
something?
coach.
Bill Clark? Bill
I think
Clark?
it was Bill Clark before him. I think
I think it was. Because he
because he
retired.
actually was with like I don't know. He was building something at UAB at the time.
Yeah. Well, they haven't had a bowl game. UAB hasn't won the conference since 2020. They haven't won
Wow.
the division since 2020. They haven't won a bowl game since 2022 with
Wow.
Bryant Vincent.
Dang.
Um, he was interim coach after Bill Clark retired. Because Bill
Dang.
Clark retired, and then they hired Dilfer, and well, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
7-17.
oof. Yeah, higher than
Yeah,
the fish were.
like I'm excited to go to school there, but I don't know if I want to put myself through the football season. Like I don't.
Yeah,
That's a rough. They got a rough road so far with Dilfer.
yeah. I always respect the UAB as a program. They remind me of UNO or just University of Nebraska Omaha
Yeah,
football team because they got canceled or just they got what we would call it canceled as a program for a lot of years.
they got probation shut
Yeah,
down, whatever. Yeah,
and to be honest, Ballard, the Omaha football team's been well in the grave since 2010, I think.
hmm
It's been a long time since Omaha. I don't think they're probably not gonna ever gonna bring him back, but I hope they do. But in that video I was saying, the guy that was or just telling the documentary, Omaha had actually had the money to move up to FCS or
yeah,
Division One, whatever, and you know who denied denied the um option to do that? University of Nebraska.
yeah. Wow.
I was like, and I was like, why? Do you want an in-state rival or like it just why one team in Nebraska?
They
Why
said
one?
they said they said no, it's okay. We'll play Iowa on that Friday before on rivalry
How's
weekend.
that
We'll just
going?
play Iowa. We'll play Iowa because they ain't got no offense.
Hey,
But how
how's
is
that
that
going
going?
though? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
feel good every time. Still lose.
It's
I think
always
that's a
like Iowa's games are like 13 and to 2 or something.
10. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird.
I mean,
That speaking of, I need them to I need them to win like 8 games or something. I
you
need
know,
Iowa big time
yeah.
because I don't know if you saw, but I did make a bet with Lou about Iowa. I took the over.
Oh, so if they go over 8, you get win, right?
Let me pull this up. What was their win total? Like 7.5? So I need them to go 8-4 or better, which
I
I think
know,
is doable for Iowa. I mean, they could, but they're it's not gonna be because of their offense.
right? You know what is missing in their offense?
Yeah.
Me.
Let me see.
I'm just joking. Um,
Can I find this?
I'm actually I'm thinking about going to Iowa University. I know that's kind of portraying Nebraska fans. Uh,
Here we
uh,
go.
but yeah.
Let's see. Here's the bet I made with Lou.
9-5. We don't know who's going to win, but we do know the final score will be 9-5 in that game.
That's
It's
right.
always
I'm
something
gonna
weird like
say
that.
I might take Iowa State there, so I think that could be their first loss possibly. UMass they'll be at Rutgers. They'll be Indiana at home. That's where we get tricky here. I think at Wisconsin off a bye week, Penn State, Minnesota bye week again on November 1st. Oregon loss at USC and Michigan State. Oh no, Nebraska at the end of the year on the road. So this is where I
Let's
made the bet.
see.
I'm
It was
looking
seven and
at
a
the
half.
definite losses. I would call Oregon up. I would call Penn State. That's 2. Um, I think they could lose that Indiana game. I'm gonna put them at 9-3. Lou.
Okay,
So
so you like the over?
I like the over. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Now, okay, I can understand if they hit 8 wins or so. I bet on over under, so I could take them at 8. But I don't know why what I was smoking that I said they'll win 9 games. But I
I
did
mean, you
I
might
did
be
bet with
right.
Lou. I bet with Lou 7.5. I took the over, so which isn't
Hey,
bad. I mean, that could
hey,
happen.
I actually took the um.
Did you
I think
make a bet too?
I made a bet last year though. I forgot what it was, but I think uh it was a pre bet between the Michigan and Ohio State game. I took um the
Did you
spread.
take the point spread?
I took Michigan for the point spread and I won. And and I said after I made a bet, I put the type in it, and I said Michigan wins for the fourth year in a row,
Mhm.
and he said I didn't say that, and yeah, I did. But anyways,
Hashtag pay Nate.
yeah, hashtag pay Nate. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. I was gonna say I might go to Iowa um for the university. Now, like I said, that might portray some of my fans for Nebraska. Sorry. uh, look, Nebraska fans, we can all agree that Iowa and Nebraska is just cornfields. Uh, we can all say that.
Yeah.
uh, but no, and to be honest, I'm going there for classes like I forgot what class I'm going there for. I still haven't figured that out, but I'm trying to apply there for a program that is actually with the university for 3 years, I think. You know what I'm thinking of about doing there? Obviously, classes, of course, but uh,
Yeah.
I'm trying. I want to try out for the football team.
Oh, what position? You could probably play linebacker or tight end,
I
I
was
think.
thinking tight end or linebacker.
Dude, I feel
Um,
like you could be like that Gronk type of size,
oh
like
yeah.
almost.
Um, imagine me in. Oh my goodness! I see. That's
Could you
why.
play second? You think you could play secondary? Could you play like
Ooh,
nickel corner
secondary.
or something?
I don't know if I'm fast enough for that. To be honest, I might do
Okay.
linebacker. Um,
You're gonna go in, you're gonna try out for football. It's like, let's look at your
yeah,
resume.
for
Top 10 finish in the Slob Olympics. All right, I like it.
yeah. But
A couple times too.
yeah, would you root for me if I were on that team?
Heck yeah, bro. We cheer for you every single week.
Hey, imagine I'm on the field that I what do you call it? Imagine I'm on the field. I'm a tight end, somewhat bulked up somehow from training, I guess, and um, all you see is a big, tall dude look like Gronk, and I don't know how. Well, all right, no. um, can you see I was scheduled in like 2027 or whatever? Because I think I might go there in like 2025 or 2026. I think, but
Iowa,
yeah.
your
Um,
2027 schedule.
let's look at the 2026 schedule first because I think I might get in
Right,
somewhere
let's
around
see.
the year.
Who
But
would you have? Who's Nate gonna beat up on defense? Or you could play tight end, and who's he
I
gonna
could be the Iron Man
like
too. I
run
could be like
against?
Travis Hunter.
Right?
But yeah,
You could play kicker,
yeah, great.
tight end slash kicker.
All right.
2026 Iowa. Not to look too far ahead. NIU, Iowa State, obviously, Northern Iowa,
Yeah.
Illinois, Nebraska, Ohio
Oh,
State.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be up
Michigan
there.
on. You would go to the big house,
Oh boy,
dude. I mean,
man. Imagine the some people that know me and just let's go, Nate. um, but yeah, bro, I've been thinking about that like since I wanted to be on like a team. Now, and I know it will be hard, to get on a team. Um,
yeah,
and let's say if I don't get on my first year, that doesn't mean I'm gonna keep grinding through the next year, right? Um,
yeah,
but I'm just saying in general. I'm just making stuff up and maybe do it, but and yeah, I did high school football before. And let me tell you, it's not that easy. It's not a video game. It's not where you just simulate games. No, you have to, you know, work, like work hard to earn your spot, and um, train weights and it's a lot of stuff. Um,
yeah.
and you can't be late for what you call it, film. I learned that the hard way. Um, because in my high school, if you're late in if you're late in film or you're just watching film, um, it will be a bad day for you. um,
Oh
so
yeah.
uh, so yeah, I that's just an idea. I will just put that up in the air, but uh, man, I just that idea won't go over my head at all. um, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If I one thing, I might do a tight end. Um, although my my what do you call it, 4 yard dashes, what was in high school, it was bad.
What's that?
6.12.
Nice.
Well, six
Okay.
point twelve is not that good. Well, for high
Well,
school,
yeah, compared to NFL like
yeah, that
level
ain't
type of
good.
combine.
But you
But
have to know,
that's
I was
still pretty cool that you ran that.
yeah. But you have to know, I was wearing like those turf shoes, not cleats.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Would you ever get in shape enough to play quarterback? Would you ever
now
love
that
to
was
be
my
that guy?
dream, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
I always
I think
wanted to like, yeah, go ahead.
I have the height too. I just don't have the weight though.
Yeah.
Because
I
do
always
I
wanted
have
to
the
play
height, to
for
be
like,
honest, for the quarterback? I think I have the
oh
height.
yeah, I think so.
Um, I
I always
I
wanted to play for Alabama, man, but that didn't work out because I just never
I
really
mean, never
trained
say
and got in
never. I'm just
shape.
saying because
Well, I had my big dream was that I was going to play for Nick Saban. But then
man,
I've heard how
imagine.
tough he was and stuff, and I never worked towards it, man. I just
And
never did.
look, I mean, yeah, coaches can be tough, but that's what they,
That's what they
uh,
do.
that's what their job is. But they love their
Yeah.
play. He loves his players, even though that's his job. Uh,
I wanted to be linebacker so I could hit people because I love hitting people.
yeah, I mean, you could with UAB.
Yeah,
um,
maybe.
uh,
I'm the guy to cover sports, if anything. If I did play a sport now, I would go back to baseball though.
yeah, baseball. Actually, yeah.
It's
To be
fun.
honest, baseball, I was pretty good. Well, until
Yeah.
like fast pitch baseball, that was decent. I was good at
You
baseball.
play in you play little league too?
Yeah,
Me too.
oof, oh boy.
It was best I ever hit was a double. I got hit by the ball a lot, so I got
Oh,
on
that yeah, that
first,
sucks.
but then position wise, I would rotate between first and third, or I would be right or left field.
That's nice. I was like mostly third, somewhat left fieldish. So
Yeah.
I don't like outfield, to be honest. It's just boring. just, just wait for the ball to just come to you. But in the
Oh,
field,
dude,
man,
I wanted to pitch. I wanted to pitch. I was so mad. I'm like, of course,
that was
I think
me
his
too.
name was like Brandon. I'm like, this number
God
7
dang it.
Brandon guy is like, he's so
Let's
good.
go,
He's
Brandon.
gonna be the pitcher, and he was really good. He struck out like every kid he faced. Man, he was so good. We won
Yeah,
technically that year. I go back about 11 years. This past month, actually, 11 years. And me and my brother were both on the same team, and we won it all. We were the champs of the district and everything.
yes.
The only reason why we won though was because the other team forfeited the last game, and it
Dang.
counted as a win for us. They only forfeited because they didn't have enough players that night.
Oh,
So they
oof.
just said, well, y'all are good, and then some of us went to all stars. We didn't, but um, we had some good guys on that team that went. I guess
Yeah,
all stars in the state. So
yeah, yeah. I always want to do like a travel baseball team, like with a
yeah,
travel baseball team. You go all across the country, like any sport, like you do. Um, but yeah, it's to be honest, travel sports. If you're like, let's say you're still like 13 ish, for example, you're on a travel
mhm,
team. Man, that would be fun. Oh
yeah,
man,
right. Well, I was about 12 or 13 that year, so
yeah,
I was 12.
yeah.
I was turning 13 in December of that year. So,
But yeah,
yeah, man.
I just want to, get that idea up and maybe just share it to you. And so I did share it to Vic before. He said, "Yeah, I will work for you." Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a um, just an idea. I could, I could be the next Rudy, but not
Just make sure you
offside. Yeah,
stay on sides, Vic or Nate.
yeah, right. I mean,
What
I
was
think the next
Uncle
Rudy.
Lou did that? Uncle Lou did that white Tonto.
Oh
Rudy
yeah.
was on sides, or no, Rudy was off sides. It was not very. He did one play out of pity.
But yeah, to be honest, I on the next week I'm meant like play 1 year of football with that team,
Yeah,
but instead of one game. But yeah, one game is like what? Why one game? But yeah,
yeah.
I think yeah,
I think the only sport I could go back to and be good at is probably baseball. I
yeah.
feel like it. I'm not fast enough for basketball. I'm inconsistent with shooting. Football is just
Ice
you
hockey might
know
slip.
ice hockey. I might slip. Um,
You have to
I don't
actually
know.
go for it.
Do you count like? I mean, tennis is a sport, but where do you stand on pickleball? Because I play that with friends after church sometimes,
I
so I
mean,
guess
it's
I'm
kind of
okay
like
there.
club sport. I mean,
It's not a professional level though.
no,
Like
it
not
could
everyone's
be,
gonna
but I don't
focus
think it's
on it.
right now.
Right.
But
Everyone loves it, but
yeah,
they don't really air it on ESPN and stuff. It's not like
no,
they have a pro league that
heck,
I know
heck,
of.
they even air freaking what do you call it? Bean bags or what do we call
Oh,
it?
cornhole,
Yeah,
yeah.
sometimes, but um,
Remember that morning show when I was on with Lou and he
mhm.
asked me to come on and read the sports news, but then um I would talk about the weird sports and stuff, and we looked at cycling and how slow they were. And he's like, "What is this? I thought this was a race." But they're
Yeah.
cycling and but they're going so slow at a steady pace. But he keeps looking back like he's wanting this guy to pass him.
Yeah, you know what's a race of F1. But
Formula?
yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just if I wanted to go to college, I think the major I want to be now this might be impossible for me, but I always want to be an architect,
A
like
what?
an architect,
Oh,
like
yeah.
but the only thing that is for is math. I'm not really good at math.
That's why I didn't like. I looked up to my grandparents. I really do, and I wanted to be an
Yeah.
engineer like my grandfather for a long time. But when I
Hmm.
found out how much math you needed,
Oh
I
gosh.
quickly swapped, dude. Quickly, I was like, no.
Yeah, and when I was little, I always wanted like when I was little, I usually like like drew like fictional football stadiums, like expansions or renovations in my image, and
Yeah,
just on a blank piece of paper, um, and I mean it's just fun to do. It's just, but at the same time, when you're an architect, you can't mess up.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. Uh, oh, the program I was talking about, Ballard. If you want, you don't have to look it up, but it's called Think College. It's not college, but it's a
Okay.
program. Um, it's a program for like disability, intellectual disability kids, whatever, like me.
Yeah,
Um,
or me.
and or you. Uh,
Yeah,
and also I think Bama has one too.
yeah.
For for what's it called, program, and heck, you can even go to Bama. um, but yeah, the thing is about that, you will. Some universities have housing for you, and some don't.
Mhm.
But I'm looking for one that has housing and financial aid and stuff. But yeah, it's a cool program. I'm just hopefully gonna go to college soon. Um,
Yeah,
but
that'll be
maybe get a
good.
girl. Uh, hey, there's a
Yeah,
lot of girls in college, but that's not.
you have no
But
idea.
but
You have no idea, man. You have no idea.
yeah, but yeah, about I just want to tell you about that, and um, yeah, uh, that's all I have, man. But hopefully you can make a video about that. Uh, about that you watched the documentary of that story about Omaha football. Hopefully you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, I'll look into it for sure.
But
I
yeah.
also got a clip. We did the Michigan preview, so I'll put that
Hmm.
up too for you guys, and
Yeah.
we'll count it.
All right. Thanks, man. How many days? What's meant?
So football,
Well, that too, but um, 312
I
days
got.
to the Slav Olympics. You
It's
know.
true. Nashville, Tennessee. If y'all want to
Yeah.
join us, we'll be there. Lou, Pete, me. I guess Nate's going to be there.
Yep.
2026, and you can see the 13th through the
To fi-
15th, the Slob
we don't have the
Olympics.
hotel yet, but we're still working on that. But we're just
I'm
we
sure
we're
they'll. Hopefully, they get it figured out within a couple weeks. I'm sure.
yeah. But yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ballard. Uh, God, God bless you. And
Hmm.
Jesus loves you.
He does, buddy. Thank you, man. Love you, bro. I love all you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. We got a couple people watching. Nobody in the back room though. So what we'll do, what it looks like, is the Christian Ballard show has moved to 10 a.m. Eastern. Gonna be 9 a.m. Central Time, so it's not as early and also not as late. So we'll do that tomorrow here on the channel. Looking forward to it. Got a lot to talk about. If you ever want to be a guest on there, please don't hesitate to email me, ballardchristian01@gmail, or hit me up on Twitter at Ballard Sports. I love you guys. Have an awesome rest of your Tuesday. Jesus loves you. God bless. And we'll see you. I'll play the show outro. Hey folks, this is Christian Ballard here at